All right, this is a video that I did not want to make. I'm extremely stressed out right now. I'm in the middle of a move. I packed up all these boxes myself. I found it quite therapeutic to just go through everything and pack it up. I'm moving to a bigger place. I spent all night, I have not slept. I spent all night doing this. I literally slept on the floor over here to make sure I get it done. And here we are. A video of Jeffree Star got posted last night around midnight of a podcast that he was in called the Blond Podcast. I didn't have enough energy to sit there and make this video. I was like, I have to sleep on it because I have a lot to say. And just to go off the top of it, I want to say it was a great message, but it's the wrong person to say it. And that's flat out. Because what Jeffree Star said, and I'm gonna show you because I have the receipt. I'm just gonna play it for you. We're gonna break it down right now. And I'm gonna talk to you about why people are excited that he said something. And also I'm gonna talk about why people don't wanna hear it.
And thought that I could expose someone else's trauma.
Here we go, I'm gonna post it up here.
This is a tricky conversation. So let me word this the right way. I got cocky and thought that I could expose someone else's trauma and story to X out someone else. That person did not want me to. Therefore, this person is still free. And to see this person still out there, they're not thriving like they used to be at all. It's just interesting. But the industry does have demonic snakes. Yeah. He's the biggest piece of shit in the beauty industry.
Wow,
and
really?
he allegedly has done a lot of horrible things. He admitted to talking to minors. He is a fucking piece of shit.
So that is true. I always stay out of the drama.
He did a video allegedly, not allegedly, admitting to minors. One of the most vile human beings on this planet. And I have never really talked or addressed these things, but he is a literal fucking monster. People aren't ready for the truth. Everyone wants to keep their mouths shut and they keep... Why?
Right.
If someone is bad, let people know.
Yeah. No,
you have A-list celebrities literally using this shit. Yes, Kim Kardashian, we're talking to you. You're using his makeup?
Absolutely. You'll have to tell me who it is later so I can steer clear of that human.
Oh, his name is James Charles.
And I'm gonna break it down in pieces. Right here, Jeffree Star said at that time he was cocky and
thought that I could expose someone else's trauma. And
at that time, James Charles, Jeffree Star were the top dogs in the beauty community.
Nate's brother is single and mainly straight. Right up your alley.
Sounds good.
And he
Sounds great for me.
and he just moved.
I'm talking about millions of dollars. That 2019, 2020, Jeffree Star was the highest paid YouTuber on the planet at that time. And that's just YouTube because he had all these other businesses. So when Jeffree Star said, and I just want to preface this for you guys because this is an important video, as someone who has interacted with Jeffree Star before, had one-on-one conversations in private, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that what you just saw right there, that was him authentically being him and being truthful. The walls have come down. He wasn't the funny, haha, look at me, show pony, check this out. He was being real and authentic in that clip because I know people are gonna say it was fake. He was being real on that podcast. And this is one of the few glimpses that we get. Now, I cannot speak for the entirety of the podcast because I was only sent this clip. This is what I saw online. So when I saw this part, I was like, this right here is the real Jeffree Star being open and honest. That's what y'all wanted. And I'm not here to defend Jeffree because he could defend himself. But this is why what he said in this clip is problematic. And we're gonna get there in a second. Just give me a moment. I haven't slept, I'm packing, and I'm not in the right headspace today. And for those of you who are gonna come at me about the way I look or whatever, I'm just gonna delete those comments. And I rarely delete comments, but I'm gonna delete those today because I don't have time for it. Okay? So if you see anyone leaving negative comments about the way I look, or just delete the comments. I don't wanna hear it. And for those who are gonna talk about my weight loss, I'm gonna link down below in the YouTube shop, the weight loss shakes that I've been drinking lately. I posted this clip on X. And a lot of you had a lot to say about it. One in particular, it's kind of rich coming from him though. If someone is bad, let people know. So we should also keep talking about his essay allegations too then. They're all monsters. I just love him. Dramageddon about to go down. About to go for round 2. Finally he says something. Love it. Good for him. Preach Jeffree Star. Those are just a few comments and there was a lot in there.
Story to X out someone else. That person did not want me to. Therefore, this person is still free.
Okay, who do you think that was? Because I think we know, but put it down in the comments down below. Was it the Dolan twins? Who was it? Because y'all know, if you were around that time, you know that there was somebody who actually knew, and Jeffree Star was cocky enough to expose the trauma and say, talk about it. And that person didn't want to talk about it. And that's why, one of the reasons, because that's not the only, but just one of the reasons why James Charles ended up in making the video. James Charles is not alleged. James Charles made a video saying, yes, I did send inappropriate messages to underage guys. He said that. He owned it. The video is still up there. He deleted it, but the video's still there, and I will put the video inside of this video.
And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks, and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate. I do understand that with these videos coming to light, it's really it's really looking, period, like I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with.
Because people tend to forget. The thing about what's problematic about Jeffree Star's video here is the fact that it's the right message, because so many people are looking to celebrities and influencers to say something. It's the right message. Jeffree Star had and has the right message, but it's like coming from the wrong person because they don't want to hear it from him.
He is a piece
So
of
that
shit.
is true. I always stay out of the drama.
He did a video allegedly, not allegedly, admitting to minors. One of the most vile human beings on this planet. And I have never... Oh, his name is James Charles.
They want somebody like a Nikki Tutorials. They want somebody like a Michaela Noguera. They want somebody who has just amount the same or more influence than Jeffree Star to speak up. Because Jeffree Star has also been in his own dramas. So when you see celebrities like Kim Kardashian...
Really excited to try James Charles's painted line. I know he sent 2 sets, probably one for North and one for me. I can't wait to see what she does with it, just because look at all these like really fun looks. And I definitely always say I'm going to experiment and try fun things. So I don't know, I think it's so different and so cool, and I love it.
Supporting James Charles' brand, it is very disturbing because she also has kids. And when you see someone like Raw Beauty Christie, who lied to Peter Mon, follow James Charles and act like, I don't know what happened, you also have kids. All right, here we go.
And to see this person still out there, they're not thriving like they used to be at all, is just interesting. But they...
Yes, it is true. James Charles is not thriving like he used to be at all. I think a lot of people have seen a decline in beauty, in views, in followers, in subscribers. It's the way of the world. It happens. People have moved on to other platforms. Either you're going to keep up or you're going to get lost in it. So when Jeffree Star said that, I was like, yeah, that's true. And I think it would have been interesting if he was like, he's seen a decline in influence, and so have I, and other people as well. Jeffree Star is on James Charles' neck like a rosary. Check it out.
Industry does have demonic snakes.
Yeah.
He's the biggest piece of shit in the beauty industry.
Wow,
And he
really?
allegedly has done a lot of horrible things. He admitted to talking to minors. He is a piece
So
of
that
shit.
is true. I always stay out of the drama.
He did a video, allegedly, not allegedly, admitting to...
Here's the thing. Look, listen. There have been people in Hollywood who have done far less. People in Hollywood who have done far less and have been blacklisted from movies, TV, film. They can't get a job to save their life. They can't get a gig to save their life in Hollywood for doing a lot less than what James Charles has done. So let me just put that into perspective, okay? Back in the 50s, 60s, the golden age of Hollywood, you had people who just rumors alone would ruin their career. Rumors, stuff that wasn't even true. Stuff that after they passed away, people found out about and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that. We ruined this person's career. This person could have had a great career in Hollywood. James Charles lives in Los Angeles, California. He is still working. He still posts videos and coming out with collaborations, his own makeup brand, and people are buying it and supporting it and are going to his launch party, taking photos with him when he actually admitted on camera. He admitted it on camera. And he still is working in Hollywood when so many people have lost their career for doing less. So when Jeffree Star calls out James Charles, great job. Because at least finally Jeffree Star spoke out. Because he hasn't. I know he's mouthy and he likes to talk, but he has not said much about James Charles. And if you've been really following the behavior of Jeffree Star, the last couple of podcasts that he has had, he's kind of just gave little mentions about it, okay? In today's podcast, he went off the rail. He went there, and people were shook by it, including I, because I didn't think he was gonna go there. And for people to sit there and be like, oh my God, Jeffree Star's lying the house, he just wants clout and views, at least someone spoke about it. And although it is a great message, but wrong messenger. I get that. But here you have, and this is where, as a community, people get divided. Because you finally have one mother effer who speaks out, who has influence, who has clout. You got one person who speaks out about it. And instead of being like rallying behind him, y'all are like, oh no, because he's also done XYZ too. Let us not forget. Yes, you're correct. Let us not forget. But with that being said, okay, here's just one person speaking out about it. So don't derail the topic of conversation. Keep it going. Because by you saying, well, Jeffree Star spoke out about James Charles today, but you know, if you look over here, he did this. It's like, no. Yes, you're right. Yes, I'm not arguing with that. But let's keep it right here, girl. Because if you keep doing that, then people are going to forget. People are going to forget and move on. And 2-3 weeks will pass by and people will just forget about it. And then they have a change of heart and they're like, well, I didn't know that happened. We live in a world, in this society, that this drama happens and then a week later we just forget about it. But at what point do you draw the line and you say, okay, right here, this allegations and underage kids, no, we had to draw the line right there, okay? Hold on, because there's a lot more, and I have a lot more to say, and I'm sorry this video is super long, but I have to get it out there. I haven't slept. I've been packing these boxes. I find it so therapeutic to pack my stuff in there myself, and the movers will come, but I stayed up all night packing it. I literally slept on the floor to make sure it gets done, okay? Let me make sure this is right. All right, I'm gonna continue on because this next part, you're not gonna believe this drama. Here you go.
Admitting to minors, one of the most vile human beings on this planet. And I have never really talked or addressed these things, but he is a literal fucking monster. People aren't ready for the truth. Everyone wants to keep their mouths shut and they keep... Why?
Right.
If someone is bad, let people know.
Yeah, no,
I agree. You have
agree.
A-list celebrities literally using this shit. Yes, Kim Kardashian, we're talking to you. You're using his makeup?
Absolutely.
Again, Kim Kardashian, who has kids, is promoting James Charles makeup painted.
James Charles's painted line. I know he sent 2 sets, probably one for North and one for me.
And letting her child use it, people just forget. And it doesn't mean anything, guys. It doesn't mean anything. I've had celebrities get my stuff and say, oh, I love this by RICH LUX, go check it out. It doesn't boom it. You're not gonna go viral overnight. It's a little mention in a 3-second clip on an Instagram story. Yeah, great, I'm excited about it, but you're not gonna, like, it doesn't really mean much, right? It doesn't mean much that Kim Kardashian said, oh yeah, James Charles painted is so pretty. It's not gonna sell him out. At the end of the day, people vote with their wallets. If they like something, they're gonna buy into it. What was disturbing about it is that Kim Kardashian had the audacity to show it off and promote it with all the drama that James Charles has been. That's all I'm trying to say. Unless he paid her to do that, which I know that he didn't pay her to do it, because I have been around, billion-dollar CEOs who are the ones who pay these really, really big influencers and celebrities to talk about their product. And one of the main things they say is they say, hold the product up, okay? And we want to be able to see the product. Listen, if you're gonna pay someone $1 million, you're gonna have control over what they're gonna post to share that product that you're selling. And it usually goes like this. You're gonna hold your phone up like this. You're gonna put on your Instagram story, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, okay? You're gonna have your camera. This is a mirror. So you're gonna look in front of a mirror. We want you to hold the product up, okay? So that way we can see the product, we can see you, and we can see your phone all from the mirror. Pick the product up and you're gonna say how much you love it so much. So we can see the product, your face, and your phone. Having your phone in your hand that we can see in the mirror shows relatability, and it shows that it's off the cuff and real, and boom, here's your $1 million. That right there is strategic product placement #ad sponsored. I've seen it done many times. What James Charles did with Kim Kardashian, he did not pay for that. It was off the cuff. Oh yeah, she didn't show her face. All we saw was her nails picking up the product, like kind of like that. That's all we saw. It was not sponsored. She did it because she liked the product in that moment. Her kid was into paints of the eye. That's really what it is. But she should have never did it. Never. Here you go.
Kim Kardashian, we're talking to you. You're using his makeup?
Absolutely. You have to tell me who it is later so I can steer clear of that human.
Oh, his name is James Charles.
Right there.
I thought that I could.
This was the main part. After everything he said, because he normally would not go there. Jeffree Star would not go there. They didn't want the drama. He would talk, but he wouldn't say the name. Finally, at the end of the clip, this is what had everybody shook. You had to have watched the entire clip to know what he just said. So right here.
Really? You have to tell me who it is later so I can steer clear of that human.
Oh, his name is James Charles.
Right there. He was the only one right now to call him out. And no one else has. At the time of making this video, no one else has. So when you get comments, because they're going to be in the comments down below, and people are going to say, Jeffree Star is a piece of ash, and Jeffree Star, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I'm not arguing with them when they say certain things, because it was a good message, but wrong messenger. He made valid points in this clip. And watching Jeffree Star throughout the years, I can tell you, in that little clip, I can't speak for the entirety of the podcast because I have not seen it. All I saw was this little clip with the rest of the world. That little clip right there, Jeffree Star was being real and authentic. And I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the podcast, there was jokey, ha ha ha, and they were maybe talking about Jeffree Star's next freaking mansion in Dubai and all that stuff like that, and just crazy over the top stuff, right? But I can't speak text. I didn't watch that. All I know is this part right here. So I want to pass the question on to you guys. What do you think about that? Was Jeffree Star in the wrong? Was Jeffree Star in the right? Because I can tell you what I feel about it. My thoughts are on this. It was the right message, but the wrong messenger. But at least someone spoke about it. So now it's a topic of discussion. Now, hopefully, people can say something. And there are a lot of celebrities in Hollywood who support James Charles, go to his launch parties, talk about him, get out there and buy it. The thing is, look, listen. The thing is, with James Charles painted, because I've seen videos about it, it's nice. It's regular makeup. It is what it is. People's eyes aren't falling off. There's no burning. No one's getting scarred. It's just paint. If you want that, but don't want to support James Charles, there's other brands that sell similar products that you can get that. Danessa Myricks, Gwen Stefani's makeup line, and so many others that have similar products to that. Who's another one? Like, was it NYX or something? NYX Cosmetics? There's so many other brands out there who sell paints like that. So you don't have to buy James Charles painted. It's not a proprietary product that only he has. All right. So for example, you don't like Jeffree Star? You don't F with him? You don't have to buy his pink highlighters. There are other brands who sell pink highlighters, okay? That's what it really comes down to. You don't have to buy it. So you can buy it from other brands and show support that way. I'm not saying legally I have to say this. Again, legally I have to say this. I'm not telling you not to buy James Charles painted because that's your decision. You make your own mind up. You decide where you want to put your money at that you work hard for. But I'm just saying, again, you can buy that product from other brands. That's all. If you wanna support James Charles, if you ride hard for him, you're a diehard fan, then go ahead, support it and buy it all day long. That's your prerogative. When you get online criticism about it, then you'll deal with it when it needs to be dealt with. Robbie DeChris, because she's yet to come out and apologize, and she lied to Peter Mom. Because I'm not making no more Robbie DeChris videos because I already made about 7. I made 7 videos about her. I'm not talking about, I already beat it like a dead horse. There's no more meat on that bone from drama commentary, for me at least, until she comes out and says something. So I know that every time I make videos about Jeffree Star, there's a lot of comments will be made. No, I'm not on the payroll. That, to me, in my opinion, that thing started about me being on the payroll is by someone who is no longer even alive today. And when they made that statement about me, I got bombarded with online criticism and hate. When you're online, you're gonna get negative comments. You're gonna get a lot of backlash. You're gonna get people just trying to mess with you. It is what it is. I've had fake emails, fake phone calls, friends who don't want to hang out with me because they get negative comments and stuff. I get it. Not everyone can take. I let people know, hey, I make drama YouTube videos. If you're seen around me, you might get some other negative comments too. Just let you know. So if you can't handle it, I understand. Years ago, and I can't believe I'm talking about this. Years ago, there was a woman, and out of respect, I'm not gonna say their name, and I had no intention of going this far or this. But years ago, there was an online creator who just kept coming at me every time. And I thought we were friends. And she made up this whole entire post, and she would say things about me. Like I said, she's no longer alive today. And she kept saying that I was on Jeffree Star's payroll simply because I was friendly to Jeffree Star. I reported on Jeffree Star. And at that time, I was getting a lot of views about Jeffree Star drama. And she created this narrative that me and several other people were on a mother effing payroll, and I have yet to get a check. That was jealousy. She was, I'm so angry. And let me tell you why let me tell you why it means that much to me. It means that much to me because that was the first time I've ever gotten that huge amount of online criticism. That was the very first time. Huge. I've never gotten online criticism like that since then. I didn't even want to get on my phone. I didn't even want to check my Twitter. I didn't even want to get on my Snapchat because at that time that was the popular thing. I was disturbed and I was shaking, and this is the first time, this was years ago, the first time I got online criticism, and it came from her because she was so insecure about herself. And I remember the last time we spoke on the phone because I tried to squash the beef. I tried to be cool with her. I ignored it. I never made videos about her. I never said anything about her. And I want to say something right here. Wait, it got worse. Her online criticisms about me and others got worse and worse and worse. And one time when my house got broken into, and I had a police report number and everything. She said out there that I faked it and it was all fake. When that was a trauma that I still deal with today. When you have someone breaks into your house like that, and she said it was fake, and this was 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago. And I just want to say to Nick Snyder, he made this video. It's called Here for the Tea, You're the Clown. That's the video right there. He debunked her, called her out. He did everything. He did everything that I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it. I was too scared to go up against her. Because I know in my heart that my online community, they go hard for me. I don't have many, but they go hard. So I don't ever weaponize and say, attack and go for this person. Because I know y'all will. I just let it go. I just let it go. I just took it to the chin. Every dog has his day. I was like, let it go. When you do drama commentary, people are going to talk about you. People are going to talk about you. That's just the way it is. When you're climbing the ranks and you're getting views and you're in people's mouth and names, people are just going to talk about you. That's just the way it is. So I just kept letting it go. But for whatever reason, and I've dealt with a lot of online criticism, but when it came to her criticism, I don't know what it was about it, but it really hit deep. And you know why? Now that I'm talking about it, I know why it hit, because it was the first time I ever got it. When you're online and that first time that you have someone try to cancel you, you'll always remember it. That's why when she passed away, I still, out of respect, I didn't say anything. Wish her the best, much success, rest in peace. But she started, in my opinion, when she started that Rich Lux on the Jeffree Star payroll, until this day, I see those comments. And I'm just like, wow, what an influence. What a huge negative influence you have had on the beauty community. At least to me, in my opinion. So when people want to sit up here and say that Jeffree Star is this and that, all right, fine, maybe he is, maybe he's not. But at least he's speaking out about James Charles. He's the only mother effer speaking out about James Charles. I don't see no one else. I don't see any other beauty YouTuber who is still on his neck like a rosary talking about James Charles and what he did. And people still support the painted. Like I said, I'm not saying not to buy it. By all means, buy it if you want it. But it's just, come on. When there have been, again, many people who have lost their careers for much less. And you know, I've spoken on this briefly before, but some of the victims of James Charles, I have spoken to face in real life over the phone. I'm sorry. And it comes down to, yeah, I mean, we wanted to say something, but we were scared of legal. That's it. So, with that being said, if you made it this far in the video, drop your favorite emoji in the chat, okay? I appreciate that. Flood it if you want. Flood it. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is what happens when I don't sleep. I get delirious and I just start talking and ranting and going off of it. I'm happy that Jeffree Star said something about James Charles, but I can see how people are saying, oh my God, he shouldn't have said anything at all. It needs to come from somebody else. I get that. Next video I'm gonna make, we're gonna be talking about Jeffree Star finally addressing Trisha Paytas in Las Vegas, because I was there. So I know what happened on my side of things, how I see things. Because there's a lot of people were talking about it who weren't even there on social media. But I was there. Jeffree Star finally went on TikTok and addressed it. And my next video, we're gonna talk about it. Hopefully I'll be in a better headspace. But if I'm not, I know you're gonna judge me, but judge me kindly. Okay, I'll see you guys later.